Hey guys, we are on Old Monastery. Now get this, the biggest irony of them all is that the gates of hell are located in an old monastery. Yes, so basically a sanctuary of God is where the gates of hell are located, because that makes sense. Regardless, we have a lot of familiar faces in this level, and they are all new variants of enemies that we faced in Chapter 1. These guys are evil monks, and this time they are no pushover, believe me. The differences between the evil monks in this level and in Chapter 1 are that, well, mainly the fact that they can throw bombs at you, and as you can see, they kind of like to stand still when they do it, so it's not too difficult to counter them. But you do want to be aware of them, as the bombs can be quite lethal when they hit you, so you really don't want to get hit by them. The best way to deal with them is, well, to use the Stakegun, just simply because they like to stand still a lot, so you can use the Stakegun on them to deal with them. It's probably one of the better ways of dealing with them. Unfortunately, we don't really have much Stakegun ammo at the moment, so yeah. There's also Banshees. Really, they haven't changed at all. Like, they are basically the same as they were in Chapter 1. They're the only enemy in this level that hasn't changed. So, yes. The evil monks are pretty deadly this time around, and you really do want to be careful when you are dealing with them. But, for the most part, you really want to be careful with your ammo, because this level, unlike the previous levels, this doesn't give you as much ammo, so yeah, you really want to be careful with what weapons you use. And yeah, you can use pretty much all of your weapons, so it's not like you are essentially weakened. Do watch out for those rocks there, because if you are hit when they're moving by those rocks, then you will take damage. It's kind of like a little trap that they set for you. But yeah, those are the bombs that the enemies drop, so yeah, use a bit of everything if you have to. But mainly, if you can, just use the Stakegun and stay far away. You can use the freezers to deal with them, not that it matters, but if it's the most effective way for you, then do it. You really don't have to worry too much about the Banshees. They can be annoying, because there's quite a lot of them, and yeah, they can basically turn the environment around you black, so they can be a nuisance. Particularly in this level, because they tend to be mixed in with all the other enemies. So you do want to deal with them, but the Painkiller's effective enough to deal with them. And yes, once you've dealt with them, there are going to be more enemies around here. There's a lot of kind of like it's a bit like Serious Sam, where you kind of have like trap spawns. Like, that's one of them. Like when you grab the armor, and like enemies will start appearing when you grab the armor. It's kind of like a trap, like spawning the armor. So yeah, you get a lot of those, so you do have to be aware of that. But ultimately, you do want to kill everything that moves anyways, so there's really no harm in triggering it. So yeah, just make sure you stay far behind so that you can use the Stakegun. That way you don't have to worry too much about their bombs. And they're pretty easy to hit because they spend a lot of time stood still. And yeah, they're going to be mixed in with Banshees, which just pose a minor nuisance, really. And you can take them out pretty easily with the Painkiller. I probably recommend it because it uses up like no ammunition. But yeah, there are the bombs. You don't want to get hit by those. And yeah, the Painkiller works in some situations. Like, we haven't really been relying too much on the Painkiller that much in previous levels, like for a while now, whereas this is the level where the Painkiller becomes useful again, kind of, because you're not dealing with automatic weapons, but you're still dealing with a lot of deadly attacks, so you really do want to be careful here. But yes, you can use the combo and kill them that way. You can really, there's a lot of ways to get through this level. In fact, you could argue that this level is completely non-linear, but obviously I picked the more conventional route, but there really isn't a set route that you have to take. Now, here are the Devil Monks. Devil Monks are extremely deadly in this level because they deal magic damage to you. They can basically shoot magic missiles which hurt a lot, so you don't want to get hit by them. At the same time, you don't want to mess with the evil monks either. He just killed himself on the rock. Well done, idiot, well done. Your mother's going to be very proud of you. That's probably how they ended up dead in the first place, because they're all stupid. But yeah, just finishing off the rest. There's quite a few enemies in this first area, and you're going to have to deal with them all. But yeah, this level, like I said, it's a non-linear level deck. There's his magic missile. It's kind of annoying. I don't know whether it's lightning or not, but you want to avoid it. But yeah, this level, as I say, it's a bit like Docks in the sense that it's not really a completely linear level. It's kind of an open-ended level. You can kind of do it in any order you like, but there is like a preferred order, at least to me. But let's put it this way: the game intends that you do it in the way that I show you. However, you don't really have to do it this way. You can do it in any way you want. You can do it in, you can go for, basically, you can go for one area first and then save that area for last. You can do it in any order you want, pretty much. As the goal of this level is not to reach the level exit. Rather, you're actually collecting all the pentagrams. And the point in collecting all the pentagrams is, yeah, I love how I'm just cutting through all those banshees. But yeah, the point in collecting all the banshees is basically so that they stop making everything dark, because they're annoying. So yes, what you want to do is, yeah, let's not kill the crows. What you want to do is collect all the pentagrams that are around the level, and yeah, they all appear in specific locations, and you can collect them in any order you like. So yeah, and you want to use the pentagrams to open the gates of hell. And it's pretty easy to get to the gates of hell if you want. You can go there now if you want, but you won't be able to access it because you don't have all the pentagrams. So that's basically the goal of this level: collect them all. And yes, there are unique pickups to this level, and yes, you want to collect all of them. It's a bit like having kind of like key cards in a way. It's pretty much the only level with key cards in Painkiller, but it's not really a key card. It's kind of like you want to collect all of them, sort of thing. But yeah, the first pentagram, well, it depends on which order you do it in, but one of the pentagrams is over here. So yeah, there it is. You want to grab the pentagram and yeah, watch out for enemies, because there's an enemy here who doesn't seem to know what he's doing. So yeah, you want to grab the pentagrams and yeah, grab that pentagram, and then more enemies will appear. So yeah, you want to deal with those enemies. And yeah, you want to essentially get to this side this time. Yeah, I kind of like to save the quad damage for a later section, just simply because, just in case I need it. Now, if you pay attention, there is a holy item now. It's kind of disguised in with, the building, because you'd expect to have, a kind of, cross on the top of the building. Well, that's actually a holy item. It just blends in with the building because it's a holy building, so yeah. But yeah, I also forgot to mention that the ambient music in this game, the ambient music in this game is great, but the ambient music in this level in particular is also really nice. It kind of reminds me of Metroid music. If you played Metroid Prime, it's a similar type of music to that game. I really do like the music in this level. I also like the music a lot in City on Water and Babel. Those three levels have my favourite ambient music in the game, so yeah. This is one of my favourites in terms of ambient music. And the battle music is pretty awesome as well. But yeah, this area you want to use the shotgun just simply because it's a very closed-in area and there are a lot of monks around, and they're also in bombs. So you don't want to get blown up by the bombs. And yeah, there's a little bit of platforming that you have to do here, nothing too serious. But yeah, you just want to jump over these gaps. And be careful here because you don't want to hit those barrels when you're too nearby. Another thing you want to be careful of is that there's barrels right beneath this area, and if you blow them up you will still get hit by him, even if you are on top of them, because the explosion radius goes beyond the ceiling, so yeah. And since you're on the other side of the ceiling, yeah, there's the other pentagram. Since you're on the other side of the ceiling, yeah, you can get blown up. But yeah, the other pentagram is here, and you also want to grab the holy item, which was on top of here. Perfectly perched on top of the little chapel. Well, actually, I'm not sure what it is, but it's definitely it's got a bell there, so maybe it is like a tiny little chapel or something, I don't know. But isn't the whole thing supposed to be a monastery? But yeah, be careful, because yeah, that's what I was telling you. They will blow up and hit you. And I was trying to avoid getting hit, but it's very hard to do so. So yeah, grab all the money, and yeah, this basically, it's kind of a shortcut to get back up there if you really need to go back up there. But yeah, it's a shortcut back down really. But yeah, I really love the ambient music of this level. It really does fit. Like, it really does fit this area, especially considering the fact that this is the penultimate level in the game. It's just like, it's just kind of got that, like, that really serene feel to it, which you kind of need when you're on a mission to charge into hell. It's kind of like that contrast that this level kind of offers by having an old monastery just before you're about to enter the complete opposite of an old monastery. Pretty much hell itself. So yeah, and you want to unlock the gates. So I like how they have like a massive contrast. Just before you enter hell, you end up in a very holy area, and the music in the area is really serene. I just love that contrast. But yes, more devil monks, more evil monks, and yeah, pain. That's what this section is. A lot of pain because you don't know what you're doing. But let's put it this way: if you manage to get through docks, then you really shouldn't have too much of a problem doing this level, because this level, I would probably say, it's slightly easier than docks. Actually, I'd say it's considerably easier than docks, but it's still kind of difficult. Anyways, we want to go into the main monastery itself. And yeah, the main area of the monastery. But first, I want to grab the ammo over here. Yeah, the rockets won't really be used much in this level, because it's a very closed-in level for the most part, aside from this open area. The rest of it is pretty closed in, and you really want to be careful if you are going to use rockets, let's put that way. But yes, these guys, you can use the Electrodriver on them, you can use the shotgun freezer on them. I decided to use the shotgun on them. Yeah, I was trying to avoid that bomber and got hit by these guys. Yeah, devil monks are lethal. Thankfully they don't have their annoying stats this time around, but they do have kind of like knives this time around, so you want to be careful of that. And there's devil monks that are kind of posing a nuisance here, so you want to deal with them. And I decided to use the Stakegun, just simply because it was better to shoot him with that than the shotgun, because the shotgun couldn't hit him for some reason. Anyways, we want to go through here, and want to, let's go up this way, up here, and yes, we're going around on this kind of archway, and we're going to kill a lot of enemies. This is a very interior level for the most part, so it does have a few exterior sections like the first bit, so it really does mix things up, does this level, which I really like. It's a really nice level to kind of end the game. Well, kind of, it's not the final level, but it's the final conventional level, if that makes sense. Pretty much, it is the penultimate level in the game, and for the penultimate level, it really does offer a lot of variety, so it's really nice how they offer you plenty of variety in this level. But there's going to be more enemies appearing, so you want to deal with them, and as you can see, it's very easy to get lost in this level, but there's tons of enemies on lots and lots of different like areas, and it's very difficult to find them with the like kind of, well, what's it called again? It's called the compass, that's it. Yeah, I'm kind of having short-term memory loss here. But yeah, what you want to do is basically perch yourself here so that you can deal with the enemies on that side, like down there, so you don't have to deal with them from the bottom. And yeah, don't forget to grab the souls though, because the souls are always handy. Plenty of shotgun ammo. You're going to need the shotgun in this level as well. And yeah, it's basically just simple stuff for the most part. It's just that you're actually collecting pentagrams and it's a very open-ended level, so yeah. But yeah, there's more enemies down there, and he hit me with a magic missile because I wasn't paying attention, but they kind of like do an animation where they put their arm up just before they're about to use it, so you can tell when they're about to use it, but it's still kind of annoying. In a way, it's more annoying than the bomb throws, just simply because, or the evil monks, just simply because it's instant, whereas the evil monks, well, it's not exactly an instant hit, so you don't have to worry too much about it. But yes, there's plenty of souls to grab here. We do want to grab as many souls as we can so that we can get a demon morph, and it's always good to have a demon morph in this level, believe me. And as we're going over here, there's going to be another enemy, and you want to be very careful around these areas because it's very easy to fall off, and you really don't want to fall off because, yeah, it can be kind of platformy, this area, but not too platformy, but a bit platformy in this level, so yeah. But yeah, as I say, you don't want to fall, you want to be very careful when you're going around the levels. It can be very difficult to get back around to the other side because it's interesting because the monastery is kind of broken into like multiple sections of like ground on it. Like it really is a ruined old monastery. Let's put it this way, this monastery has gone through hard times. And you want to get up here, but don't go too far up. You want to jump just across to the other platform and grab the pentagram. I'm trying to grab the soul, but failing. It's no good. So yeah, basically we have to go back. And yeah, that's what we do. And we'll go back down there, and want to go. Yeah, I'm just basically checking things here. As you can see, it's so easy to just fall off in this area. It really is. You really don't want to fall too much, so yeah. This is a very platformer focused level. And yeah, I'm trying to find the best way to get back on, you see. It's really difficult to get back on when you're stuck on this side because you can see like the ground between the monastery itself is all split. It's like an earthquake happened or something, but maybe it's because the gates of hell opened and it's created a massive fissure which has destroyed, like completely demolished the monastery. But yeah. In a way, I think there's kind of symbolic meaning in this level, in the sense that the main villain of Painkiller is Lucifer. So Lucifer, in the Bible, Lucifer's like written to be this fallen angel, and he used to be one of God's servants, but then he went to hell, and I think this level's kind of supposed to symbolize that, in the sense that it's got this holy monastery and then it's got the gates of hell in it. That's kind of what it's supposed to symbolize, like the gates of hell are in a holy place to represent what Lucifer once was. And yes, here we have more monks. We've got devil monks, we've got evil monks, and they all throw annoying shit at you, so yes. The Stakegun is really useful at dealing with them, especially since they're very predictable and easy to deal with using the Stakegun. Plus, let's be honest, how often have we been using the Stakegun in recent levels? Not too often, but now we finally get to put it to good use. And yeah, there's another enemy there. And let's take him, and we can take that guy. If you want, you can wait for them to come over to the barrel and blow up the barrel, but I don't want to risk them using a magic attack on me, so I just kill them immediately. It's not like it matters anyways, so yeah. I'm basically waiting for the souls to disappear so I don't waste demon morph. And then I'm going to collect the next pentagram. And yes, so now that we have that pentagram, we want to essentially get back, but first we want to knock the chandelier down. Yes, the game doesn't really tell you to do that, but yeah, you kind of have to shoot that down to get to the next part. Well, yeah, pretty much. I'm actually not sure, but you might be able to get back there going the other way, but it's definitely a good idea to shoot it if you're up here, let's put it that way, so that you can access the lower areas. But yes, it will open up the little stairway down there, and you want to go down here, and you're into a more like cavernous section down here, and you're basically in the fissure. That's where we are now. So yeah, it goes from like the exterior, like the little chapel room, and then the interior of the monastery, and then to the fissure, which is going to be the last area. But there's going to be a lot of stuff to do in the fissure. So yeah, and each area has pentagrams in them. Well, yeah, let's put it this way: a lot of the areas have pentagrams in them, and you basically have to go to each area and get pentagrams, and eventually once you've got the pentagrams, just go and like you want to head to the gates of hell itself and finish the level. But yes, I'm using Demon Morph to try and deal with all the enemies here, and I think I've dealt with them all. So yeah, and yeah, I'm just checking for ammo because I really want to keep stocked up on ammo. But yeah, it can be kind of awkward to navigate these like tunnels in the fissure, and there's a bit of platforming as well, so you want to be a bit careful when you're crossing. As you can see, like there's this gap here, this hole, and you want to, as I say, I kind of like have to jump there, and there's the pentagram in the fissure. But yeah, I used the SMG, so I kind of cheated there. But yeah, the pentagram of the fissure, we've got that, and I think all we need to do now is find the gates of hell, because we're just about finished with this level now, I'd say. Like, probably. Yeah, we're getting near the end of this level, but I just need to find this next enemy. It's just a bit tricky. I wonder where it could be. And yeah, we have to find this one guy who's just hiding around. Well, there's somewhere, but it's just difficult to navigate through these tunnels. Oh, I know where he is now. Yeah, we want to get away from the fissure, and we want to... Or do we? I don't know. I'm completely lost. I'm just as lost as anyone else who's watching this, pretty much. Oh, I see now. So basically we have to go here. Yeah, this level, I don't remember it as much as I'd like to believe, but yeah, you have to go to this section. Yeah, but... Well... Yeah, you want to go to this section. This is kind of like a combination of the cavernous, yet it's kind of like going back to Catacombs style area. Yeah, it's a bit like Catacombs is this little area here with the pillars and the kind of like the rocky cavernous area. But yeah, it's just an area underneath the monastery which is kind of like merged in with the fissure. I'm not sure how to pronounce fissure, to be honest, whether it's fissure, I don't really know. Yeah. Anyways, let's finish these Banshees off with the Painkiller because we don't really need to waste any ammo on them. And they're kind of annoying with their annoying howl. Yeah, they're more annoying in this level than they are in the first level. And yeah. You just want to kill them quickly so you don't have to deal with them later. They're annoying howling. But we got them. Or we got one of them, and yeah. And they're all dead. And yeah. And it looks like we killed a crow. So yeah. I want to get to the next bit. And yeah, there's a jump cut there. Just specifically for this area because there's a rock there. And yeah, I must have got lost or something, but yeah. I honestly don't know why I jump cut there, but yeah, like, but we basically jump cut to the area with the rock. And yes, that rock can hit you. It's a rock trap, and there's rock traps in this level. But yeah, you want to shoot rockets at all of those monks because it's the best way of dealing with them. Unfortunately, I'm low on health now, so yeah, things are looking pretty bad. But yeah, there's another jump that you have to make. Be careful because it's very difficult to tell that it's a jump. But yeah, using the rocket launcher is important here, but also using the chain gun might be better, to be honest. But I decided to use the rocket launcher. But I recommend using the chain gun as well. Like, the chain gun is probably more useful in a way because the rocket launcher you might actually hit yourself with it, and you don't really want to hit yourself with it. Let's put it that way. But anyways, yes. There's that area down there, and just around here. I'm just basically looking around, skulking around, trying to find out which way to go. And yes, here we have another monk, and another monk. Yeah, this is all about slaughtering evil monks and devil monks. That's what this level's all about. Because what else is a guy to do when they're stuck in purgatory besides killing monks? But anyways, we're about to locate the gates of hell. But before we do, there's a few enemies that we need to fight, and we need to deal with them before we make it to the gates of hell and make our way to hell for the final battle against Lucifer himself. So, see you when I get there. See you guys.